Me and the bad bitch I pulled for being autistic. Krillin, may I ask what you're planning to do with that android? Bro, I just matched with your mom. What the duck? I've had sexual intercourse with 572 women, 23 years old. I've never had sexual intercourse with any women, 28. Me, at 25-year-old, texting my mom, when I boarded the plane, when I landed, when I got in my Uber, and if I made it to my hotel safely. Florida man uses welding grinder to remove gang tattoos on his face after he turns his life around. World's strongest priest has broken 19 powerlifting records. The Reverend Dr. Kevin Fast from Cobourg, Canada still holds 9 unbroken world records for powerlifting, including the heaviest plane pulled by a man, 188.83 tons, strength 99, faith 99. Hello everyone, today we are eating broccoli, rice and chicken. After Minnie Cox, the first black female postmaster, was pressured out of her post in Mississippi, President Theodore Roosevelt continued to pay her salary and punish the town by rerouting their mail 30 miles away until they gave her back the position. I wanted to die after my ex left me, but then I met this lassie that does weird shit like this with me. Life is about growth. Average Rick and Morty fan. Average Pinky in the Brain enjoyer. The Sriracha founder also won't budge on taste. A supplier once told David Tran that his sauce was too spicy. A friend suggested to add a tomato base to make it sweeter. Tran replied, hot sauce must be hot. If you don't like it hot, useless. We don't make mayonnaise here. Critics used to criticize Indian singer Dela Mendi by saying that the only reason his songs were getting popular was because the music videos had pretty women in it. So in 1998 Dela made the song Tunak Tun, and its music video had only green screen clones of himself. This song went on to be Dela's most popular song. Hello Kitty doesn't like Xanax or knives or blood or any of those awful things you post with her. She likes apple pie, baking cookies, and her friends, that's all. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years, and I put 11 nuggets in almost every 10 piece I made. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I do. Men will literally use your beauty products in the shower and not even know what it's for. Leave my dark spot exfoliating scrub alone. No, it's going on my balls. A 15-year-old boy named Temmer Boggs chased a car on his bike for 15 minutes to save a 5-year-old girl who was kidnapped from her front yard. He was successful. My little cousin. This song is from TikTok. They took it from TikTok. Me, I understand that you believe this because it is the only version of the song you have experienced. However, let me show you something. Wow, this artist is really talented. Thank you for sharing this with me and not assuming I'm stupid just because I'm young. You're welcome. This music was important to me when I was your age, and I'm happy that I can share it with you. High school quarterback keeps his promise from 7 years ago. Takes his friend with Down syndrome to prom. You're single, I'm single. You know what that means? Nobody wants us. My cat videos on Instagram gets 10,000 views every time. They're a big deal. I host a banger of a party, and if you ever show up you'll see me in my Speedo. If you swiped right I'm going to assume you're toxic as duck. Good thing I'm like a bull and charge head first to red flags. I'm feeling very suicidal and need help. Can I call your number for free to get some emotional support? Yes. He's a very good boy. Brave Georgia sheepdog is recovering after killing 8 coyotes who tried to maul flock of sheep and goats he was watching over. Keep thinking about this guy on the bus behind me yesterday with an infant who started crying and he just went, "Now isn't the time for that." And the baby immediately stopped. "Now isn't the time for that." "You're right, father, I will control myself." What is the nicest thing a stranger has done for you? A really small thing, but I hope I remember it forever. My son was probably 2 or 3 and we went to the mall for some reason. My son liked looking at displays and stuff. Well, there was a model train set in a case that you could put a $1 in and watch them go around for a while. I was pretty broke if I recall and never had cash on me regardless. He was content just looking at the display. A group of loud mall teens come through and go past. One of them comes back and puts $1 in the machine and says, "I always liked watching trains," to then hurries off back to his friends. My son lit up. I never would have expected that action from a stranger, let alone a teen with his friends in a mall. A UK man became paralyzed after a cycling accident and spent 4 years raising $26,000 to pay for a stem cell treatment that might help him walk again. However, upon hearing about a disabled boy needing surgery who stood a better chance of success, he donated all the money to him instead. There is a biker gang from Arizona who help keep child abuse victims safe while the child's abuser is prosecuted, including guarding their houses at night if person is not yet in jail, and attending court with the child, shielding them so they don't have to look at their abuser. A Saudi man donated $16 billion in charity and kicked himself out of the billionaires club. Thanks to his crazy friends, this guy now has a freaking prosthetic Nerf gun attached to his arm. Reminder that Tarantino wrote a scene in Dusk Till Dawn where Salma Hayek pours tequila down her leg and forces a guy to drink it by sucking on her toes, and then cast himself in that role. 5-year-old Sean dresses up to help street cats because it makes him feel like a superhero for animals. I paid for this ad spot because I hate ads. Enjoy this pic of a cute turtle instead. Peace. Boxer Jack Johnson was once pulled over for a $50 speeding ticket and gave the officer a $100 bill. When the officer said he couldn't provide change, Johnson told him to keep it as he would make his return trip at the same speed. Male cheetahs have a specific bark that causes female cheetahs to ovulate on demand. Is it possible to learn this power? About for my b-day and my daughter's boyfriend order a strawberry margarita. What do I say? My dude, delicious knows no masculinity. If I were that kid, I'd drink the duck out of that and then raw dog your daughter. I realized if I take a shower before a match, I play better. New meta for gamers, taking a shower. This is the face of someone performing a public service by tricking guys into actually having good hygiene. On Tuesday I told a friend that on the weeks I don't have my son, I don't eat meals, so I can make sure I have food for him. He just turned up with this. He has saved me in so many ways. Too nice of a day to stay in the house. Met wife at work just to give her kiss. Faith in humanity restored. 8-year-old boy sells his Pokemon card collection to pay for his sick dog's $700 treatment. It's very hard to share a shirtless picture, but I've come so far. Over 336 pounds down. Most didn't believe in me, but I believed in myself. Thanks for the inspiration, bros. The Virgin Logan Paul vs the Chad George Clooney, who had a massive pet pig for its entire 18-year life and on multiple occasions dumped girlfriends when given a "it's me" or the pig ultimatum. In case you were wondering, me and my husband can see you half naked smoking from that bong through your front window across the street. Do I look cool? He slaps your mom. What you doing? I'm not gonna slap anyone's mom. I love my mom to death and she would kill me if I ever slapped a woman. A picture of me and my mom. Would you? I would not. Sorry, I do not care. But you asked? Ever since I was a little kid I've always wanted to get on a fire truck. I'm tempted to just walk my grown ass over to a fire station and just ask. Oh my god, it worked. My crop's doing well. Irrigation is the future. Just gained 0.69 grams of muscle in 5 days by good diet and hard work in gym. Saturday. Be me. Have a giant crush on this girl I've known for 4 years, but she's been in a relationship with a dude, whom I also know. Host a party, but he was busy and didn't come. She was too drunk after party to drive, and asked to stay over. Found out she had been having relationship issues, and wanted to cheat on him. Refused. She gave me a sad look and fell asleep. I'm still a virgin. I did good, right anons? Hey, spell me. M-E. You forgot the D. There is no D in me. Ah yes, sorry Amy, I didn't not pass middle school due to my extreme ketamine addiction. My mom always wanted to be an astronaut, and one year my dad surprised us all with a trip to Disney World, except once we got there, he drove us to NASA instead, and he surprised my mom with front row seats to a rocket launch and lunch with a real astronaut, and she bawled from joy. Noticed I already had most of the stuff, so decided I would just buy the shirt to complete it. I visited my high school I dropped out of 76 years ago to pay tribute to the popular girls that bullied me to think I'd never be popular. Now I have 6 million followers and they are rotting underground. Please do the dishes. Mom, Fortnite is online. I can't pause. Bro, help me move this shelf. Sure. Quits ranked match. You or anyone else ever notice I look identical to Broly from Dragon Ball Z? Kid streams Fortnite 10 plus hours a day to pay for dad's cancer treatment. Not bad, kid. Straight teen spends hours building fabulous Minecraft castle for gay friend rejected by parents. Cobra bites boy. Boy bites it back. The boy was fine, the snake wasn't. An 8-year-old boy recently killed a venomous cobra in India after receiving a venom-free dry bite from the snake and then biting back in retaliation. A venomous snake has died after being bitten by a small boy. No, you didn't read that wrong. I just ducking realized that Chad is modeled after the actual Chad Republic. Waiting for our flight and this guy pulls a life-size Lego groundhog out of his carry-on. Psst, hey, Jimmy, wanna see a frog? Oh, that looks great, Carl. When someone asks me how I wanna go, Chrysippus, an ancient Athenian philosopher, died from laughing at one of his own jokes. Snap. Yep, this one's going in my Handsome Kings compilation. Cannot get over how this man, who I assumed until yesterday was a 3D render, is actually real, refuses every single interview and business request, because he doesn't cooperate with anyone, and he does not know what a podcast is. Superglue GPS tracker to bicycle. Leave it unlocked in front of my apartment. Wait for people to steal it. Chase them in my car. Get out and kick their ass. Take their wallets. Repeat. I made $800 in a month doing this. Girls after meeting a nice stranger. You're so nice, what's your Insta? Or thank you. It's boys after meeting a nice stranger. I have quite enjoyed talking to you, but now we shall part ways till fate may reunite us again. Farewell. Bullied 11-year-old girl with Down syndrome is walked to school by North Macedonia's president after he heard she sits in a classroom by herself after pupils and parents picked on her. I'll always get a laugh out of Toshihiro Nagoshi transformation from Monkey Ball's lead dev to Yakuza's lead dev. They got an AI to play Tetris with the goal of surviving for as long as possible. It paused the game. Less than 40 minutes after his marriage proposal he returns to posting about Smash Brothers. Doofenshmirtz's birthday. Vanessa's birthdays. Of Lincoln claimed a $10 wild cherry crossword double scratch ticket at our offices and asked if he could have a big check. We were all like, oh, heck yeah you can. We asked him what he'd be doing with his winnings and he said letting it ride. Congrats, Tori. Hey man, wanna go on a trip and explore the G-spot? Sure, if we can get pizza after. Hetero, you misunderstood. I'm not interested in you as a person at all. I just want the D. No pizza, no D. Okay, you can bring pizza. Whenever I play Dark Souls 3 I never ember before a boss. I treat embering like it's my second phase and I'm the boss fight. So when I'm half out of Estus, I'll go ember mode and play more aggressive. It's especially cool when you are against a Lord of Cinder and they ember at the same time as you. I'll even mutter things to myself like impressive, but can you face this Ash ally tough? Or am FNAF playing? Let's finish this. To become a Chad I must be an alpha life, eat raw meat, take cold showers, and get laid every night. Son, being a true Chad is not having the strongest jawline, the best genes, gender, nationality, anything. The true Chad is the everyday man, the person that will help others just because they can, the one who will not bend over when life gets difficult, the one who don't blame others or stays in the past. It's someone who say I can and I will. RGB is so cheap and useless. RGB is both useless and expensive. Cool light, yes. A plumber did work for a 91-year-old grandma with cancer, and his invoice is now going viral. Invoice summary. Lady is 91 years of age, acute leukemia, end of life care. No charge for this lady under any circumstances. We will be available 24/7 to help her and keep her as comfortable as possible. New Zealand passes legislation banning cigarettes for future generations. New Zealand will phase in a near total tobacco ban from next year. Damn bro. Just found out about racism. That shit sucks man. 31-year-old man invited 89-year-old neighbor to live with him to spend her last days in company. Mother got extremely sick on Christmas. She gets hospitalized. Doctor tell us she will be here until January 2nd. I take care of my mother and I have to stay on the hospital every night taking care of her. Tell my girlfriend I have to cancel our plans for New Year's party at a friend house because I'll be staying with my mom. She tells me she is still going without me. I think to myself, well, I don't want her to have a shitty New Year, so it's okay. Later today best bro calls me. Hey buddy, I heard that you are staying at the hospital for New Year. I cancelled my plans and will bring you food to the hospital so we can celebrate. April 3rd, 1973. The world's first mobile phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973, when Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, called a rival telecommunications company and informed them he was speaking via a mobile phone. Elderly YouTuber writes his subscribers down in a notebook, then thanks them individually. Husband spends 2 years planting thousands of scented flowers for his blind wife to smell and get her out of depression. My son and his best friend both told their survival rate would be around 2%, never walk, and live in a vegetative state if they made it past 7 years. Both walked the stage and graduated tonight. Left pic is from the first day of school. The right is from graduation this evening. First time in gym. My very first exercise is bench. Next to me are some zoomers and wiggers. They snicker and say to themselves, "This dude looks like he sits behind computer 24/7. About to cry. Make up some bullshit like I'm thirsty and go to toilets so I can pack and leave. Some dude stops me and say if he can use bench. It's mother ducking Chad just like from the memes. Say yeah. Asks if I will spot him. Oh, okay. We start to talk. He noticed I'm first timer in the gym. He teaches me lifts. We talk for hour, and for this whole hour it feels like I'm safe and protected. My face when this Chad says see you tomorrow. Okay. I have leg day and I will teach you deadlifts. Is this how Chads are? Is this how it feels to die for king? It felt like dream, but it was all real. My king. My liege. We will make it. This cop comes to the same neighborhood after every shift with snacks and soda and chills with the kids, who live here for at least an hour. Sometimes he brings a football and plays a few games. In the summer, when it's hot he bought slip and slides and water guns for the children, and in the winter he bought coats and hoodies. Featured comment. A Ford Flex 2377. Nobody is born cool except of course people who post full-length classic SpongeBob episodes in the Twitter comments.